Hi, I'm George Rayner, and this is Back on the Farm here at Studio Kind. This exhibition came about via a commission through Studio Kind, via funding through local councillor Prue Maskell, kind of with the aims and objectives of documenting and kind of putting a shine on the local young farming community. So this being a documentary project and my first documentary project, I decided to go kind of along the lines of being inspired by James Revilius, who's documented so much in the area in the kind of 70s, 80s and so on, and continuing with that black and white film photography feel, which keeps it honest and raw, and approaching the farmers that I kind of used to go to school with back in primary school, having that connection with the area and getting in that way. So it's somebody that they trust, that they know, and it's not just a random stranger walking onto their farm. And yeah, I think that was really crucial and key, getting the farmers involved and them having a connection with the project. So documentary photography was kind of a new path for me. Personally, I haven't really approached it much before, but it was a really nice left kind of turn for me in kind of photography as a medium, because it was reconnecting with an area in which I grew up in, and kind of I think that nostalgic feel comes through in the photography as well. That there's a lot of places here that I grew up on, or kind of visited a lot when I was a kid and played at. So, and I think that connection comes through, especially in some of the portraits. We say Rachel, who I was really good friends with in primary school. So it's always kind of been quite a wholesome project in that way, I suppose. During the project, I found out quite a lot about, well, you think growing up in the area and growing up in the countryside, you know a bit about farming, but you really don't. And it's only when you get, not hands-on, because I was sat there photographing, but just sitting there watching their kind of what they do on a daily basis and seeing how much hard graft goes into their daily lives, and learning that although it's a lot of hard graft and it's quite a troubling time at the moment with kind of the future of British farming, that they're generally super happy individuals, that the fulfilment that they get from their job is like nothing else. And it was quite a challenge to kind of convey that in some instances, because it's a lot of the time it's them doing hard work. But I think in some of the portraits that you can see in the exhibition, they're really quite happy and positive people. And every time I went to a farm and I came away with such a positive impact, kind of happy for going there, and you kind of get that fulfilment from kind of feeding off them, really. So yeah, it's really encouraging to see that. There was lots of interesting stories throughout the project, and some were kind of more disheartening, some more light-hearted and what have you, and kind of seeing the ups and downs of the farming life. But this one was particularly one I was keen on. Rachel here had just been wrestling a ram for kind of the last 20 minutes or however long, trying to get this harness off it, which he used to mark the sheep after insemination. So, and it was in this tight pen, and it was just the forces that was going through this ram, and she's been covered in mud, been like kicked, hit, what have you, and she comes out of it absolutely buzzing, smiling, and yeah, it's so incredible to see that somebody can get so much joy out of that, and kind of it's so inspiring to see that she really loves her job. And that was quite a big thing that came away from the project.